Liposurgery's gone wrong. 7 on Your Side investigates Monday at 6.
Tonight, the Paris terror attack. The deadly stabbing on the street. 1 person killed, 4 wounded. The attacker allegedly on a video released by ISIS. Investigators now revealing he was on their radar. About to blow, new evacuation orders as the volcano threat in Hawaii grows more dangerous. New cracks opening in the earth. Unstoppable lava closing in on a major power plant. The island bracing for a massive eruption. Backyard bear attack. The 5-year-old girl dragged from her home. What her mother did to save her daughter. Electric car dangers. 4 crashes involving Tesla vehicles now under federal investigation. Is new technology to blame, or is it human error? And the royal photo scandal. Meghan Markle's father and the paparazzi fiasco. This less than a week before he walks his daughter down the aisle.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with the terror attack in Paris. Authorities identifying the terror suspect behind the deadly knife assault on the street. At least 1 person killed, 4 others wounded. The attacker then gunned down by police. And investigators revealing new information. The suspect, born in Chechnya, allegedly pledging allegiance to the leader of ISIS. He was in the police database for radicalism. ABC's James Longman is in Paris to lead us off.
Terror chasing the innocent on French streets once again. A knife attack cutting at the heart of Paris. The attack happening in an area packed with people enjoying their Saturday evening near the Paris Opera. People inside bars and restaurants barricading themselves in as witnesses say a man shouted, "Allahu Akbar, God is great," as he dived randomly at pedestrians.
I heard 2 gunshots ring in the air. We waited a bit and then we ventured outside a little bit more to see what was going on.
Police swiftly on the scene, shooting and killing the suspect within 9 minutes. He's now identified as Khamzat Asimov. Born in 1997 in Chechnya, a Russian province long troubled by extremist Islam, he became a French citizen in 2010 and was on a radicalization watch list. Tonight, Asimov's parents and a friend are being questioned by police as more evidence about his motives comes to light. Asimov allegedly leaving a video behind, pledging allegiance to ISIS, the group already claiming responsibility for his actions. A 29-year-old has been confirmed dead, 4 others with serious injuries from the attack. French President Emmanuel Macron tweeting, "France will not cede an inch to the enemies of freedom."
And James Longman now joins us live near the scene of that deadly attack. Security in Paris already heightened after several deadly ISIS-inspired attacks. Do authorities believe this one, James, was an isolated incident?
Well, for the moment, Tom, yes, they do. Look, this was not a very sophisticated or well-planned attack. Nothing like the far larger plots that we've seen, for instance, at the Bataclan, that left many more dead. But it is a reminder, especially at the beginning of this tourist season, to stay vigilant. Tom?
James Longman reporting live from Paris tonight. James, thank you. We now turn to the breaking news here at home. The growing danger in Hawaii. The volcano about to blow. 2 more towns forced to evacuate, and fears growing of an eruption possible at any moment. At least 2 new fissures also opening in the ground, lava creeping up on more neighborhoods, and a power plant. Work crews scrambling to somehow avoid a potential disaster. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Hawaii.
Tonight, new evacuations ordered as yet another crack opens in the ground. Lava bubbling out of the 17th fissure to erupt here on Hawaii's Big Island in more than a week. People living nearby grabbing what they can and getting out. And fears now that a major roadway could be cut off, potentially stranding some residents.
This fissure opened up in a wooded area. It is nowhere near any homes, but the concern is that more could open up, and so they're telling people who are not in evacuation zones to be ready to get out immediately.
The latest eruptions happening less than a mile from this geothermal plant. The 60,000 gallons of flammable chemicals stored there removed, but some residents say they're still worried.
I don't want to get smogged out with geothermal blowout toxins.
This is people here brace for another kind of unnerving eruption. A massive steam explosion here at Kilauea's summit is expected any day. Geologists say it could send giant boulders rocketing out of this crater, that ash potentially raining down for miles.
If there is a steam explosion, the National Guard might have a bigger play dealing with evacuations, dealing with security. It has a major impact in the area.
And tonight, Tom, big concerns about the air quality because these mountains of lava are still emitting toxic fumes. It's part of the reason the National Guard says evacuation orders could still be ordered for another 2,000 people. Tom?
Marcy Gonzalez reporting live for us tonight. Marcy, thank you. We do move on now to a frightening story out of Colorado. A 5-year-old girl attacked by a bear, dragged from her home. The girl's mother running from the house when she heard her daughter's screams. Here's ABC's Clayton Sandell.
Tonight, wildlife officials in Grand Junction, Colorado are on the hunt after a horrifying and rare Mother's Day bear attack.
Their daughter was just attacked.
5-year-old Kimberly Sear suffering serious injuries. Her mother says she woke to the girl's screams coming from the backyard around 2:30 Sunday morning. She went outside, coming face to face with a large black bear dragging her daughter, the animal dropping the child when mom began to yell.
Daughter will be going to the hospital. We're still getting further.
She did the right thing, yelled, screamed, kind of made lots of noise. The bear dropped her daughter.
Her dad says the girl went outside because she thought she heard dogs barking in the backyard. Black bears can weigh up to 600 pounds and run as fast as 30 miles per hour. Authorities now setting up traps and using dogs to find the bear, warning residents to be on alert.
Do not run. Do not ever run from a bear. Don't try and climb a tree because a bear can do both of those things much faster than we can.
If the bear is caught, officials say it will have to be euthanized.
Officials tell us that this spring there has been plenty of natural bear food out there, but they are always hungry. So they're urging people to keep their trash locked away and never feed any wildlife. The good news is that the girl's family tells us she's going to be okay. Tom?
That's great news. All right, Clayton, thanks so much. To the White House tonight, President Trump gearing up for next month's summit with Kim Jong-un. The president thanking the North Korean leader in a tweet for promising to dismantle his nuclear test site ahead of their meeting. The White House warning this is far from a done deal, though. ABC's Tara Palmieri is at the White House.
Tonight, President Trump hitting the golf course while his national security team lays out the plans for his historic meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
President Trump will be able to size Kim Jong-un up and see whether the commitment is real.
The president's goal, complete and irreversible denuclearization of North Korea. But he's also said he's willing to walk away from negotiations.
I hope to have a very successful meeting. If we don't think it's going to be successful, Mark, we won't have it. If the meeting, when I'm there, is not fruitful, I will respectfully leave the meeting.
Still, the president remains optimistic.
We're going to set the table. We're going to make a great deal for the world, for North Korea, for South Korea, for Japan, for China.
North Korean officials setting the stage, announcing they will dismantle this nuclear site within weeks, claiming they will use explosives to blow up its tunnels to, quote, ensure transparency, even inviting American journalists to see the scene. In response, President Trump swiftly tweeting, "Thank you, a very smart and gracious gesture."
If they want to see opening to the rest of the world, if they want to become a normal nation like South Korea, the quicker they denuclearize, the quicker that will come.
This comes after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo announced the U.S. would offer to help North Korea with its economy if they get rid of their nukes. Pompeo also saying the U.S. isn't aiming to remove Kim from power.
We will have to provide security assurances to be sure. This has been the trade-off that has been pending for 25 years.
Tara Palmieri joins us live now from the White House. And Tara, what is the administration saying about bringing any peace deal before Congress?
Well, Tom, Bolton said it's entirely possible that they will present the deal to Congress so that they can vote it into law. Now, this is an idea because President Trump withdrew from the Iran deal, and they want to make sure that his successor doesn't do the same. Tom?
Tara Palmieri with that new reporting tonight. Tara, thank you. And a new headline about those freed American hostages from North Korea. The Pentagon says the men have been released from Walter Reed Medical Center and reunited with their families. All three are said to be in good spirits and adjusting to their freedom since returning to the U.S. last week. Next tonight, the eve of a monumental shift in American Mideast policy. The U.S. tomorrow opening its new American embassy in Jerusalem. President Trump igniting months of protest with his decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner joining the delegation. You see them there for Monday's ceremony. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran is in Jerusalem.
A warm embrace and greetings for two of President Trump's senior advisors, his daughter and son-in-law. Both arrived in Israel today to witness one of the president's most controversial campaign promises fulfilled.
I have determined that it is time to officially recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
That announcement included moving embassy operations to Jerusalem, now set to open on Monday. The president's decision marks a dramatic break with decades of U.S. neutrality on the issue of what Jerusalem's final status should be as Israelis and Palestinians negotiated for peace. Both sides claimed the city as their capital. The president's move has infuriated Palestinians who have cut off contacts with the U.S. and its alienated allies who fear it could lead to mass violence. In Gaza, weeks of protests leading up to the 70th anniversary on Monday of Israel's independence have left more than 40 dead and hundreds more wounded by Israeli fire. Now Hamas is threatening to storm and destroy that border fence. All this as the Israeli military has reinforced troops and police in the West Bank and Gaza Strip, anticipating more violence Tuesday. That's the day Palestinians call Nakba, Arabic for catastrophe. The new American embassy will for now be just a few offices in the old U.S. consulate while a permanent embassy is being built. The move has made President Trump a hero here. He'll address the embassy opening via a video link, and they've already named a train station after him. Tom?
Terry Moran, who will be leading our coverage from Jerusalem. Terry, thank you. News tonight about the deadly church attacks in Indonesia. Police believe a family of suicide bombers hit 3 churches in Surabaya today, killing at least 7 people, injuring more than 40. Authorities believe the attackers included a father, mother, and 4 children. Back here at home, we want to turn to weather now and the severe storm threat tonight. Damaging winds and large hail possible from the plains all the way to Virginia. A lightning strike, the potential cause of a house fire in Mill Creek, Delaware. Take a look at that. And large hail pounding away on cars near Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania. More on the storms on the way as the work week begins. Let's get right to ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. And Rob, you were telling me some areas got a double whammy?
Yeah, getting the same hit with the same stuff tonight. Southern parts of Pennsylvania, you see there's severe thunderstorm watch. That's up for the rest of the evening. Chicago, just south of there, some severe weather. Also, heavy rounds of rain across Florida for not just tonight, but the next couple of days. And some strong storm.
This is a Storm Watch 7 severe weather alert.
And good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Brian Vandegraff. Storm Watch 7 Weather Center, just into the Weather Center. A tornado warning for Culpeper County, central Culpeper, near to my heart where I grew up at 6:09 just a few moments ago. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located about 7 miles northwest of Culpeper, moving to the east-southeast at about 20 miles per hour. Now, this is a radar-indicated tornado. What does that mean? That means no one on the ground has spotted it. However, when the radar sees rotation, we treat it as it could be a possible tornado, and this is what we're looking at right here. Take a look inside here. You can see that red box here. Here's central Culpeper right now. And let's give you a little idea. I grew up in this area. You can also see quite a bit of hail core. Not a lot of lightning out here, but here we're talking about just east of Castleton, just to the east of 522 here, just north of Catalpa there, over 229 as you head off to the north. This is the area here that we've been watching as we've been going through the afternoon, watching as we've been seeing some heavy downpours. These are the areas that were actually under some of the more warmth and heat that bubbled up this afternoon. But these are some of the areas. We're getting a little bit closer here that this box we've highlighted in. This is Catalpa. That's definitely well recognized. Here's Culpeper Central. So we're talking about just to the north. You know where you live. It's if you're over towards 522, out towards out that way, towards landfill. We're talking to the east of that. Catalpa. It's just to your north and west and kind of heading out that way. Jeffersonton, you'll be watching it here. This is out where 229 kind of heads right out to 211 where it meets up over towards Amosville. And this is the area that we're watching. The cell moving to the east-southeast, we just said, at 20 miles per hour. So let's put the cone on here and talk about where this is headed as we move to the east-southeast with that speed of about 20 miles per hour, and show you where this would put this out here and some of the areas that we'll be watching here in the path. And I'm talking about areas like Brandy Station. We're looking at Elkwood, LaGrange, Kelly's Ford as well. Those are some of the areas as the cell continues to track to the east-southeast as the system is dropping through. These areas off to the south and west are what we've been watching most carefully through the afternoon, just because you had some of that daytime heating through the afternoon, and this has really allowed things to kind of bubble up down there, and that's why we've been watching this area carefully. They put out the watch, and here we go. As this area right in here, we can tell right getting ready to cross over the 229. So let's widen out the view just a hair here. And this is what we're talking about down towards Culpeper. Remember, this area was under a severe thunderstorm warning, but in addition now a tornado warning in effect for the potential of a Doppler radar indicated. So here's Culpeper. So we're not talking the city of Culpeper, folks. In fact, let me put the